What's up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly tarot reading. Whoop, whoop. All the excitement at this channel, guys. It's intense, I tell you. Pretty mild, actually. I don't really like doing a lot of that fear-based reading. I mean, obviously, if something comes up, I know these are collective messages though, so we just have to remember everyone's situation is going to be different, but the energy will definitely resonate if the message is meant for you. Let's look and see what's going on in the world of Leo this week. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, obviously welcome. All right, Leo. Anything good to talk about right now? I don't know. The energy's been it's been fine. I think that's a good way to say it. Like, meh, you know? Not bad, but not good. A little tension, frustration. Keep your eyes open for the astrology reading for the week if you're interested in that. It really does help. So communication coming through. It helps kind of navigate the energies is what I was going to say, just as communication does. We don't always know and see and understand. Sometimes we need that clarification, right? Sometimes we can be conveying one thing when in fact meaning something else. And I mean, I hear like this is not just physical communication between you and another person, but I also feel like this is like some spirit communication coming in as well. Messages that you might be receiving. If it is someone that you're kind of expecting to hear from, or you can kind of feel that underneath the surface, it is going to happen soon. You just got to be patient. Got to have faith. Okay. There might be some pain involved in this. A sharp pain to the heart, that grief. It always reminds me of the Three of Swords energy, you know? So maybe someone is trying to get over something. There was a little bit of a blowback from a situation, unexpected. Ooh, opened right to the Eight of Wands. And the Chariot. This could have been how communication went down between you and another person. Can you guys hold on a second? Sorry about that. I had to do one thing. So yeah, I'm hearing like maybe, you know, communication didn't go exactly how you had planned or anticipated. Maybe there's been no communication between you two. Still kind of healing from some of the discord. Really trying to find, you know, more of your empowerment, like your space of your power. Or this is that other person, right? It's what I love is it is leading towards abundance. So sometimes we can go through those spaces of no communication, having a lot of confusion, not really understanding, but I feel like maybe this person or situation, it needed to take a step back before things could really move forward, before that abundance was possible. You know, it needed to go through life a little bit with that sun moon energy, the phases and cycles that we all kind of have to go through before something's really ready. It's that concept of divine timing, new love coming in. Maybe that's what the communication is. This could be a past person coming back to reinvigorate. King of Wands, there's your energy right there, Leo. This is definitely someone wanting to reach out around this. This has been kind of a theme. I've actually even heard this from other readers that I like, that I resonate with on YouTube. You know, this is your energy coming through. I feel like you've done a lot of changing. If I'm honest, this is kind of that impact around love, how you looked at a situation beforehand. Or maybe you haven't done the change yet. Maybe you're more focused on this past thing, or the other person could be more focused on the relationship and not as much on the changing that needs to happen. As I said that, it was 222 on the timer. Drop those angel numbers or repeating messages below. Spirit definitely communicates to us in so many different ways. We just kind of have to keep our eyes, ears open, ask the questions that we have answers to. So Page of Cups is coming up in your energy. You know, this isn't a love offer, but this really is coming out of your own fruition. Maybe you're dealing with someone who you didn't really realize how much of a connection you had with this person. There's two different people coming up. Maybe, okay, so like maybe you were dealing with two different people. Maybe you're kind of making a choice between the two. We have Empress energy is Taurus and Libra, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This Page of Cups to me is testing the waters, seeing which one fits better. There's one who I think you're more drawn to with this Empress energy, but maybe you're not getting the love, the connection that you need like you do from this Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is so loving and heart-honoring, very nurturing and emotionally supportive, where the Empress can be, you know, but she's not specifically fixated on emotion alone. You know, she embodies all those counterparts, and sometimes that Empress energy can be a little intense because she's calling us to a higher standard. And you're looking at it from that space of, okay, well, what's going to work best for me? But it's kind of messing with you or with this other person. They can feel it. They can sense it, especially if you're the one dealing with two people. You know, because this person is really trying to start over. It could be one of these ladies over here. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, I'm sorry, I should not specify because sometimes we get confused with genders, especially depending on what you are. But I'm running out of a little steam, guys. I apologize. All right, so 10 of Pentacles. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You know, Pentacles energy is really like our life partner. It's who we feel will be the best suited for us. So, you know, it feels like on one end, Leo, you might have a lot of pain with someone, maybe a long history. Maybe you have with both, but it does feel like you're trying to make the choice. You're trying to make the option of which one is the best way to go. I also feel like you're having a hard time listening to your instincts, though, especially with this Death card, because that is a lot about rebirth. So I would encourage you to try to challenge yourself a little bit. Yeah, give yourself the opportunity to see things clearly, not as much from your ego or, you know, this kind of Six of Wands energy where we're kind of looking at what makes us look the best. It's more superficial and ego-based. And that's the thing, like, you know, the Queen of Cups, I love water energy. It's beautiful, it's intuitive, it's passionate and loving, but it's only one aspect, you know, of the whole. And that's where, like, sometimes the Queen of Cups will tell us what we want to hear. She'll put a lot of beautiful words around things. And your gut instincts are telling you that. Your intuition is speaking to you very, very loudly, Leo. You just got to tune in and listen. Oh, yeah. It's kind of hard, though, because I feel like I keep hearing that message. You're getting one thing from one person and not from another. You could be going back and forth between these two people. And you're struggling to decide. I feel like almost the back and forth is really slowing you down. Or like I said, the other person, you could have someone going back and forth between you and another, and you know this. Or you're not 100% aware, or maybe you have some inclination. I think you're gonna see this a lot more clearly, you know. Whether it's through this person actually admitting it to you. You could have one of these energies reaching out to you. Maybe someone gets sick of it, because that's the other side of the Queen of Cups, right? She's super emotional. So she will react if she's not in balance. And if the person that you're dealing with is not handling the situation appropriately, being honest and upfront, i.e. communicating, it can get really messy, right? And that's where this pain is coming into play. But what's happening, Leo, is it's allowing you to step into and tap into your abundance. I'm hearing it as like, it's kind of like a test from the universe, spirit, God, however you understand it. Are you going to fall for it? Or are you going to continue to play with people? Are you actually going to kind of dig in and listen to like what your heart, your voice wants? Because the way things are going, especially if you're the one not listening, it's going to be the same cycle over and over and over again. And I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone. You know, I feel like this is more the person that you're dealing with that's kind of like hiding, not really certain, taking their time to make up their mind, pulling you into third-party situations, not completely divulging what's happening. And maybe that, like I said, they're really good at speaking to your desires, your fantasies, but it's just, it's, you know, even the Knight of Pentacles looks like he's on repeat, you know, that kind of cyclical movement. Same thing over and over and over again. And that's like what we fall into when we're not really willing to look at ourselves and how we showed up in a situation and what we might have done to contribute. And that's also, right, like even, I'm not saying you have to be the aggressor, the perpetrator. This is a lot about you just being cognizant of where you stand. Because at some point, the game is going to get old. And I think this kind of falls back to that practical, like, what do you want for your life? It's so easy to get stuck in something with lots of drama, lots of chaos, lots of back and forth for a long period of time. I can tell you firsthand. It's annoying, you know, and you end up kind of missing life, so to speak. There's a lot of fear around this, though, for some reason, because you can't really, I feel like the fear is clouding your judgment, where you can't really see all your options, or maybe you feel like you don't have as many options as before. Maybe you're wanting to be chosen, right? Even if you are in, you know, juggling two different people. You're wanting someone to choose you, one of these people to choose you, and you feel like they're not. Because there's a lot of fear around, like, working it out. Like, you could be trying to control the situation, so be mindful of that, Leo. That's very fire energy. But you could also be dealing with someone who's trying to control. But there is this fear of, like, assessing different ways to go about it. And that can be dangerous too, right? If we get too locked into how it has to go. Life is not that rigid, unfortunately. Well, I don't know. I mean, I like my perfect packages, don't get me wrong, but if it was that rigid, it wouldn't be like fun and creative and sensual, right? And that's your vibe, Leo. All right, so let's look and see. I'm going to pull one for each party, one for you, one for the situation, and one for these two energies that you're dealing with. All right. You, Leo? Okay. So teamwork. I love that. There's that confirmation for that Three of Pentacles. You have to be willing to show up for the one that you want. And that can be hard, right? To put your money where your mouth is, especially if you don't feel like you are getting the same reciprocity back. It's all about timing. I think as things unfold, like we see here with this soon energy, it's all about timing. So just be patient. Just continue to do that self-reflective work. This is for the Empress. Transformation. Moving through a lot, needing time to kind of grow and cultivate their abundance, and seeing that things are going to evolve. And for the Queen of Cups, wonderment. Opportunity, exploration, being curious, having that curiosity. You need to be a little bit more neutral when dealing with these things, because I feel like you're putting a lot of judgment or restriction, just kind of how I was talking about that limitation. So be really mindful, Leo. Keep more of a neutral stance, because you're going to get your answer. Actually the majority of the time, I love this. This is like such an epiphany for me. When you take a step back and you just let people do what they do, you get your answer 100%. We just got to not be so pushy, and fire energy can have a tendency for that. No shade, but I hope this helped. All right, Leo, thanks so much for tuning in. Sending all the love and blessings to whatever you're navigating. Definitely here to support in any way. Give me a big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Lots of love.